Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Shampoo at DubCenTruL, of course. And I wanted to go ahead and follow up on a fellow YouTuber. I don't really do too many videos like this, mainly because it causes a lot of like fanboy discussions and everything. But there's one thing that I do love doing. I love staying towards what the truth is. Of course, the facts. What is the facts? Here's what they are, man. Now, actually, before I actually get into that, the title of this one is, Does the 360 Really Have Games? Now, when people say the 360 has no games, and they don't mean it literally, okay? They don't mean that it has absolutely no games at all. We're saying that in comparison to everything else out there, the 360 has no video games, really, in contrast to anything else, to compare with anything else at all. I completely understand the statement. Some people want to exaggerate it and be smart-ass about it, or be sarcastic about it, but I completely understand that phrase, without a doubt. And the person the fellow YouTuber I'm carrying this off of is Corey Toronto. He's made 2 videos about it very recently, and what he's saying is very true. It's what I see as the truth. The 360, compared to everything else, whether it's the PC, the PS3, and the Wii, has nothing really to offer. As y'all know, I've gamed on the 360 ever since it's launched. I used to love the 360. I was all about the 360 until, I just had to give it up for a while because the console itself just aggravated me so much with all the broken consoles I went through, how it broke my Gears of War disc during a clan match that I was having, getting prepared to go to MLG and stuff. Like, just stuff one after another, paying all this money just because I wanted to game with these games I wanted. So I got tired of it, and that's when I started playing on PlayStation. I bought one PS3 60 gig model. Hasn't went bad on me. It's awesome. I love it. Had the PlayStation since launch. Perfect console for me. Now, over the time that I've been gaming on both of these consoles, the 360 had its share of games throughout the times. The PS3 had its share of games at the time. Now, the 360 at a time had the games. This wasn't an argument thing at a certain time when the 360 was out. But people could say, hey, PlayStation has no games at a certain time. And I would be like, yeah, that was the truth. Because the PlayStation really didn't have anything when compared to the 360 or anything else that showed like, hey, I can stand on my own 2 feet. I'm the PlayStation, I'm the shit, yada yada, I got games. That wasn't the case when the PlayStation really came out. And the thing is that that's rightfully so, because no console really has games like talking about when they first come out. It's just how it is when video game consoles come out. And that's true. Usually a console comes out, you probably have like 1 or 2 games that are really good until, later down the line when stuff starts coming in a little bit smoother, more quality titles and everything, stuff like that. Same thing with the 360 when it first came out. What you have? Yeah, Project Gotham Racing, you had Call of Duty 2. Those were the 2 consistent consoles that were games that were great until 360 started gaining momentum and everything, and it was good after that. But now in the timeline of this console generation, both the consoles are pretty much at their plateau, pretty much. And the 360, after all this time, the majority of people, what composes, every person that has a 360 or a PS3, majority of people that play on the 360 are mainly playing certain types of games. And the 360 are known for these certain games that it has. And if you ask anybody, and I know this is talked about plenty of times over again, is Halo, Gears of War, Mass Effect. Now, Mass Effect is on the PS3 now, just part 2. Will Mass Effect 1 come to the PS3 eventually? I have no idea, but it is what it is. But I've always liked Mass Effect. I love Gears of War. I used to like Halo a lot. So, I mean, are these games great? Are they good? Yeah, they are great games. But, like I was saying, compared to everything else, like, the 360 has nothing really to offer. Yes, they do have Alan Wake. Yes, they do have Splinter Cell. But even when you add those games, still, in contrast, it has nothing to offer. And I don't think people really understand that concept. It's the same thing when you look at the Wii. Okay, you got the Wii, right? And you got a whole bunch of these games for the Wii. Tons of games for the Wii. Okay, and now people say, hey, the Wii's a kid's toy, the Wii's this, the Wii's that, the Wii's more of a family type thing, yada yada yada. Then you have these Wii supporters, these fans, these Wii fanboys that will say, oh no it's not, we got hardcore titles, Okay, it's the same exact idea that's going on here. You have a multitude, okay, of family kid type games. And then you have your hardcore titles. In comparison, no, sorry, it doesn't work out like that. The Wii, I like the Wii, I own a Wii, I play the hardcore titles on the Wii, but I know the truth about that console. It's more of a family kid type of gaming experience. That's just it. You know, it's that's just how things work. You know, majority ruling is how anything works majority of the time. And that's what the deal is with the 360. It's like, you know, people say you got no games. We know that you have certain games. You know, everybody knows that you have certain games, but compared to everything else, you got no games. Like this weekend, I plan on going out and buying a live card. I'm gonna buy Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, and I might buy Halo Reach. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I love Gears of War. I love it. I love Gears of War 1 better than like Part 2, but all in all, I love Gears of War, man. When Gears 3 comes out later on this year, I'm gonna buy me a year subscription and I'm gonna be on that game. That's just it. Now, besides that, you know, there are little sprinkles here and there on the 360, such as Tales of Vesperia, that's being a pretty solid RPG on the 360. It's one of the better RPGs this generation, period, since this gen really lacks real RPGs like talking about. And you know, the 360 does have its little perks with its service, you know, as far as getting DLC earlier and having all these little bonus offers and stuff like that. PlayStation gets that too as well, but the 360 just does it better because of their service is better. Xbox Live is a better service, better experience as a service. But I didn't buy a console for that. I bought a console to game. That's me. You can ask anybody that gets up there on my friends list on PlayStation. I'm not in private chats with them or nothing. I'm gaming. I'm doing an activity on my PS3. Same thing when I get on my PC. I'm doing an activity. I don't get up there to talk. I get up there, I do my work. After that, you know, probably looking at YouTube videos, probably looking up something, or I'm gaming. You know, StarCraft 2, Dragon Age, whatever the case may be. The last few weeks, I haven't been able to have the opportunity to game or do anything too much. I've just been busy. But hey, it is what it is. But back to the topic at hand. The 360 has nothing special to really offer. They're not really showing anything that's coming up in the near future that is really going to be anything special. There's really nothing there. Hopefully in E3 they don't completely abandon the people that really want to play those hardcore type of titles, you know, because their focus is really on Connect, which is fine. I understand they want to get into that you know, type of market, just like, you know, aiming at like kind of like the Nintendo type of crowd, which is the same reason why PlayStation is doing it with the Move. I completely get that. But at the same time, the PlayStation isn't abandoning, like, you know, it just, maybe abandon is the wrong word, but it seems like that with the 360. It truly does seem like it. The PlayStation, you see these titles coming out, and they're going to be sick titles, man. I can't wait for them. Specifically, Last Guardian. Last Guardian is going to be an amazing, amazing achievement of a video game, and I can't wait for that. But the 360, I mean, we have this Project Kingdom thing, I think that's what it's called, from Crytek. With seeing how Crysis 2 looked on the 360, because I was playing it yesterday in 3D on the 360, which was awesome. With seeing that on the 360, it looks great. It looks awesome. So hopefully this game will be pretty damn sweet. So there's another game on the 360 where I can be like, okay, yeah, that console's known for that too, because that game is badass. That game is awesome. But all in all, man, the 360 doesn't really do anything for me personally. I like the service, you know, and you'll find that a lot of people will kind of deter from the subject matter when you tell them that they don't really have games like talking about, and they'll start talking about the service. They'll always start talking about Xbox Live service. I'm talking about the games, okay? Just the games. And I know that 360 has a live arcade. Trust me, I know all about the live arcade. I used to buy like mad live arcade games all the time. All the time. And it's sweet. I do like the live arcade on Xbox Live, without a doubt. But at the same time, that's not a reason for me to get the console, you know? I don't know the 360 for those titles, you know? Those were just like a cool little bonus. But all in all, like I said, the 360 is really lacking in the video game department. Lacking. But, you know, I got these stacks here. I mean, just hear me out for a second. Like these games, okay? Like, here's Killzone 2, Killzone 3, you know, Gran Turismo 5. We got Ratchet & Clank Tools of Destruction, SOCOM Confrontation, which is a pretty good SOCOM game after it got patched up. We got Resistance Fall of Man. We got Ratchet & Clank Crack in Time, Mod Nation Racers. You got Valkyria Chronicles. I mean, I'm not done. You got Demon Souls. You got the Beast of Beast right here, Heavy Rain. Yeah, Uncharted. Get shitted on. And the original Uncharted also. Get shitted on again. Resistance 2. Sweet game. Heavenly Sword. Beast of a game. Infamous. Beast. A god of a game right here. Metal Gear Solid 4. And an epic ass game in God of War 3. I mean, like, out of all these games I put up, you know, they're, like I said, in comparison from the 360 to the PlayStation, there is no comparison. I mean, you can pick a few games here and there, but all in all, if you're gaming, then to have both consoles is the best move. It's just is what it is. And have a PC, especially a fucking PC. But the 360 is really, really extremely lacking, and they need to do something. I hope Xbox does something. I want to see something big at E3. I want them to really show games, not multi-platform games. I don't care about multi-platform games. I'll get them on the PlayStation. I want to see games that the 360 will be known for, period. And I know some people say, oh, multiplayer games play better on the 360. That's not always the case. I mean, look at Final Fantasy and Castlevania. They play and run better on the PS3. Yeah, there are more that run better on the 360, but, you know, like I said, that's not always the case. And plus, sometimes people want to talk about these minuscule things that are and blow them up out of proportion. Like, oh, it's so much better on 360, but then I play them on the 360 and the PS3, and it's like, where's this at again? What are you talking about? You know, I don't know. That's a totally different argument. But the basic message of this video is to say that the 360, you need to do something for real. Microsoft, Xbox, do something with your console. Show us that you got some really good exclusive titles. Without a doubt, you do have the most dominant online service, definitely, but your games are fucking lacking. PS3, you need to do the opposite. You got the games, PlayStation, but you need to get your online service on the fucking ball.